Hello everyone, and in this video you will learn how to create a PowerPoint presentation like this. As you can see, it's interactive and it's also looking very nice. The text is called a pitch zoom because we are able to pitch inside this presentation. So if we move to the next slide, we can see that we have all of these different sections that we can create. And the one thing about it, it's also interactive. So what I mean by that, if I click on any of these, it takes us to the brand new slide. So for example, let's try the market potential. And as you can see, it takes us to the new slide. If we try the business model, it will take us to the new slide. And if we click on any of the other ones, it will also take us to the new slide. So this is a very cool idea, and you can use this presentation to pitch someone. So if you want to get this template, you can go to the link in this video, and I have it in my bio. So let's get started and I will show you how to create a presentation like this. So let's start by opening up a new slide. But before we start anything, we have to have a photo. So you can insert any photo you have. I will just pick the same one I've been using. So Ctrl C, let's take it back and let's paste it inside. So this is the photo we will be using for this tutorial. And so how to create the glass morphic effect. So if we go to the original template, you can see that everything is like a transparent, you can see it's see-through. So how can we make this effect first? So when you have this photo ready, just duplicate it with Ctrl D. And what you have to do next is make it blurry. So how we do that? We actually right click, then we go to the format picture. As you can see, there is artistic effects right here. And if we click on it, we can also pick a blur effect right here. This one is blur. So let's pick it up. And as you can see right now, it's set to 10, but we have to make it to 100. So let's add 10. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but it may be faster for you, maybe slower. And when it's done, we have a fully blurry photo. So what we have to do with it next, click on it, select and copy it. So you have to copy this blurry photo. And what you have to do next is right click on the original background. So if we slide everything out, we can right click on the original background and let's select a format background. So once you do that, you have to select a picture or a texture fill. So let's just click on it and let's insert it from the clipboard. So as you remember, we have copied it, so we just have to click on this. Boom, now we have it as a background. So what are the next steps? What we have to do is just remove that one and let's place it back on just like this. So now we have this clear photo. So let me show you how you can actually test it if it worked. So pick any shape. Let's, for example, insert this one, this triangle in the middle. And if we right click on it, and if we go to format shapes, what we have to do is slide background fill. So if we choose a slide background fill, it should be transparent. So let's click on it. Boom. And as you can see, it's fully transparent. This is the glass morphic effect we wanted. If we move it anywhere on the slide, it picks up the correct background, as you can see here. So let's get started with what we need. So let's remove this triangle and add the shape we're gonna use. So it's a circle. Let's just insert a simple circle, just like this. And now what we have to do is do the same steps. So right click, format shape, select slide background fill. And what we can add next is a shape outline. So we go and add a white outline. We can make it a little bit thinner. So maybe 1 point or even less. Let's try to make it 1.2. And how we can actually upgrade it. So if we go to the shape options, then we click on shape effects right here. And if we go to the shadow, select presets and select this inner shadow in the middle. So inside center, let's click on it and we have to make the color white. So let's pick it white and now we can adapt it a bit. So we can make the blur a little bit bigger and we can change the angle, the distance, but it doesn't really matter. So let's just keep it as it is right now. So I'm just gonna copy a few of them on the screen. So let's have it right here. Let's have it here. Let's have one right here. and also one right here. So yeah, let's just go with this variant. And what we have to do next is start adding sections. So if we go right here in the left side, and if we click on it, we can add a section. So let's click on the add section button, and let's call it a home because it's, I just made a mistake. Let's call it home because it's our first section. So as you can see, it's called home. But if we want to add another slide to our presentation, we will have to use another section. So let's click on section and let's call it our mission. And let's just pick it up. So here we have it. So we can just add a new slide in the new section. So once we have a new slide, we have to make the background black. So format background, and let's make it fully black because it will be later helpful because we will have some white letters inside. So when we have that black background, we have to copy the text from the original slide, or you can just also write it, but it's a little bit time consuming, so let's just paste it right here. So as you can see, we have our mission, and if you didn't notice, it's two different text boxes. So why is it two different text boxes? In the next slide, we will have another animation. It's called a morph transition. So that's why we will change the order of them. We will place them like this and we will make them smaller. So it's always best to have two different text boxes because it wouldn't work the other way. So if you are doing that yourself, make sure to have two different text boxes. And one last thing, we also have to add a transition. So when we select that slide, let's go top and let's select fade for this one. And one important thing to notice, you always have to pick on this one after because it will let us move to the next slide almost instantly. So if you select after, you're gonna be fine. So now we can actually create a second slide. So let's insert a new slide. So now let's remove all the content inside and let's make the background also black as previous slide. So what we have to do on the second slide is copy our first text and let's paste it back in. But one thing to notice, you have to make it smaller. So let's make it 20, for example. So now we have two different text boxes. They are pretty small and we can put them in the top left corner just like this. So we can separate them a bit. We can put them a little bit higher, for example. And let's put them a little bit closer. So the next thing is to apply a morph transition to this slide. So let's click on morph and let's make it a little bit faster. So now let's look at the results. So if we go to this slide, it will automatically activate the morph transition. And if we go back, you can see it automatically activates. So this is how morph transition works. But this slide is pretty much empty. So let's add new details. We can add a line inside. So let's just draw a straight line. And let's make the line actually white. And we can also make it a little bit smaller. Just like this. Now we have to copy it and paste it in the first slide and just drag it completely down. So now if we actually go back and try it again, this is how it should look like. So as you can see, it's coming up amazingly. So once we have that, let's fill this slide up so we can go to the original presentation and just pick anything. So let's pick this as a text. And let's just paste it inside. So it's 10 extra PowerPoint skills with Pressify. So let's keep it as it is. Let's ignore it. And what we have to do next is start inserting the section zoom. So if we go back to our first slide, and if we click on the insert option, we can see that there is a section called zoom. So if we click on it, it opens up 3 different zooms. So it's a summary zoom, it's a section zoom, and it's a slide zoom. So most people are using the slide zoom, but if we want to have different sections as it is right now, we have to select actually this section zoom. So let's just click on it. So, and since we are having only one section, so we have to click on then our new section. It's called our mission, and let's just insert it. So now we have a full section zoom inserted into our slide, but as you can see, it's a little bit too big, so we have to make it smaller and just put it inside any of the circles you want to use. So, and if you put it inside, as you can see, it has a dark background around it. So there's a way to actually remove it. So if we go to the zoom option on top of here, as you can see, there is an option zoom background. So just click on it and it's done. Now we have a full thing set up and ready. Just make sure you have these selected, return to zoom and zoom transition. These ones are mandatory to have on. We actually go to the slide view and test how it looks like. As you can see, it's clickable, and if we click on it, it takes us to our brand new section and it has the text we uploaded earlier. And if we click again, it's taking us back to our slide. So this is the section zoom animation in PowerPoint. So the next steps for you, if you want to have more slides in this presentation, all you have to do is actually just go here, add a new section. You can call it however you like to. So let's just call it a strategy. Let's rename it. And what we have to do is simple. All we have to do is just insert new slides. Do same as earlier. So you can just change the background to black. So then you have to insert something inside. So we can just insert this big text. Let's just call it our strategy. And we have to make a new slide again. As you remember, this is a very simple process. Make it all black. And then you have to insert something inside. So it's either you have to insert the same things as we did earlier. As you remember, we have copied the line, then send it to back. And we need our text. Let's make it smaller. I'm just actually doing it very fast right now, but I hope you can actually understand what I'm doing. I'm just doing the same steps as earlier, and I'm showing you that this actually works every time. So once we have this text, let's go back to the original presentation. We can copy any of these and let's just paste them inside. So once we have that, everything is almost the same. When we go back, we have to go to insert, then zoom, then section zoom, and now we have to select our new section. So it's the third one, as you can see here, and let's just insert it. So now we have our strategy slide. So you can actually put it wherever you like to. We can put it inside this one. So as you remember, just click on the zoom and zoom background. That's it. And it's actually clickable. So one thing to mention, don't forget these transitions. So you have to have this transition fade and click after. And on this one, we can select the morph transition and let's make it a little bit faster. And that's it actually. If we go to the slide view and if we click on our new strategy, it will take us to the new section we just created. And if we click, we go back. Same goes to our mission slide. And that's how you can make a presentation like this. So it's pretty much simple. Just add as much as you like and you can customize it however you want to. So there are endless possibilities on how you can make this work. So if you want to get this PowerPoint template, all you need to do is go to the link in the bio where I have attached it. So thank you for watching and I will see you in the next tutorial.